Good evening, Chris.
Good evening, Coach.
Ayan, magandang gabi po sa ating lahat. It's another Tuesday night. Sorry at absent kami last week, no? Ako po yung reason kasi medyo nagpahinga lang tayo ng bagya. Meron tayong mga inasikaso, no, mga bisita. And of course, when we have foreign investors in the country, we always take time to welcome them, show them around, and more importantly, no, to invite them to invest in the Philippines. So before anything else, no, this episode is very special in a way that's unfortunate, but again, I guess we have to just pay our respects and a little bit of tribute to one of our classmates. No? It's the first time, of course, that it has happened here sa atin sa Coach and Share sa mahigit 2 taon na natin sa ere, no, sa streaming. And we'd like to pay tribute and dedicate a moment of silence to one of our classmates who unfortunately passed a few days ago in a terrible road accident, no, in Leyte while he was that's one of his businesses, no. From the food business that he had, he was able to put together, no. That's why I'm very sad, no. Yung entrepreneurial spirit, no, and nagtatagumpay na siya. He had a small eatery which eventually allowed him to invest in a transport business. He was renting out his van, and unfortunately during the trip, no, he was on the passenger seat, and they hit an armored van. And we pray for the soul of our classmate here, regular, parating naririto, makita niyo sa comment section, si Ryan Pinpin. No? It's a sad day for all of us here at Coach and Share. One of our classmates passed away, so we'd like to dedicate a moment of silence for him. So may you rest in peace, Brother Ryan. No? I remember it fondly, Chris. No, we played basketball. I think it was a year ago when basketball was again being allowed after the pandemic, and it was balik laro ang tawag doon, Chris. No, yung mga dating magkakakampi. No, but he was of a younger he was younger than me, and he did not kumbaga hesitate to approach me and told me about his business and said, I know that you're doing the resto, Coach. Sabi niya, Coach, meron kang patulong naman, pwede magbigay ng advice. Sabi ko, sure, walang problema. And since then, every week na siyang nanonood ng Coach and Share every Tuesday religiously. No, and it's a sad day for us. Ito si Victor Mempin, kakilala rin yan, malamang, no. You were from the same area. Si Ryan Pinpin. So again, condolences to the family. And I hope he serves as an inspiration to all of us. Diba? How dedicated he was watching the episodes every week to grow his young business. So, may rest in peace, Ryan. Sige. Alam ko na excited si Ryan ngayon. No? Kung naririto pa siya kasama natin, excited siyang malaman ng ating episode for tonight. Chris, ano ang ating episode for tonight?
Yan. So very, like you said nga kanina, Coach, this is very special yung episode natin. And I know nga kung nandito si Ryan, he'll be tuning in, di ba? Lagi siyang present. So yung episode natin for tonight is culture for breakfast. This is very important. I think this is something na not much talked about but very critical and essential for a resto negosyo.
Culture is sometimes magandang topic kasi kaya medyo may konting call it wit yung ating title, di ba? Kasi sikat yung yung quote ni Peter Drucker that culture eats strategy for breakfast. So ang ginawa natin para hindi controversial masyado, culture for breakfast. No? Kaya kainin mo yung culture for breakfast. Diba? So again, no, it's a topic that is often discussed, but a lot of people find it hard to quantify, di ba? The value and true impact of culture. And tonight we're going to talk about it. Bago yan, pag-usapan natin yung mga kaibigan natin na maagang nag-tune in. Maraming salamat po. Ang daming interesado sa ating mahiwagang topic ngayong gabi. Of course, si Leo Benson of Leon, Authentic Mexican, no, sa Clean Fuel Antipolo. Magandang gabi sa iyo,
Yes.
at kay Ann, sa kanyang may bahay na si Ann. Si Gerard Flores, no, narito rin kasama natin si Gerard Flores. Of course, kanina nabanggit natin from the United Kingdom si Victor Mempin, parating early bird yan. Giancarlo Celestino, magandang gabi sa iyo. No, at siyempre, andito rin si Francis Abay at si Jing Bernardo. Siyempre, may bahay ni Chef Jordan Bernardo yan. Kaibigan din ni Ryan Pinpin yan. So pareho-pareho kami mga nalungkot. Nag-basketball kami kanina at pinag-usapan nga namin yung nangyari kay Ryan. So Archie Almendral is also with us. Si Ye, nandito na rin. At from the University Hotel, at dati ko rin colleague sa Outback Steakhouse, si Tintin Beltran. Magandang gabi sa inyo. Sige, Chris, magkano muna tayo, magkwentuhan tayo tungkol sa nakarang episode. Ang daming nanood nun, ano?
Yes.
Salamat po sa mga nanood, nag-share, no, nagbigay ng link, at syempre alam natin, dumarami yung ating community, no? May mga taga Go Negosyo, may taga DTI, may mga sa iba't ibang region. Syempre magandang gabi po sa ating mga kaibigan sa Go Negosyo na advocacy group, no? Maraming salamat po at pinararami yung tao rito. And sa lahat ng classmates natin, no, who continue to share our episodes to everyone who's interested. Sige, go ahead, bro.
Yes. Actually, Coach, napanood ko nga and nakakatuwa kasi very engaging yung naging discussion. Kasi I think this is also one of the critical, 'di ba, elements in a resto negosyo nga, yung modern day hospitality, 'di ba? One of those intangible but very mararamdaman, 'di ba, yung effect, which is yung hospitality and service and how it adds value dun sa customer's experience.
Yeah, bago ko bigyan ng karagdagang insight yan, no, na nanonood sa atin ng isa sa mga bosses ng SM, no, SM, si Mr. Stevie Martinez, no, taga Cavite to. Magandang gabi sa iyo, paring Stevie. And thank you for joining us. No? Magandang nanonood sa atin, pati yung mga landlord, di ba? Para yung mga insights sa mga resto negosyante, naintindihan din nila. At alam ko, naintindihan naman nila. Makakadagdag lang. Si Nestor Cadiz naman from the accounting side. No? So, tama ka, hospitality is one of the favorite topics ng ating mga classmates dito. And you know, very, very, yung konteksto ng ating usapan, this modern day, the reason why we injected the phrase rather, modern day, in the context of all these AI things that are happening, di ba? Robotics in the kitchen, AI in, you know, the front of the house, order taking. And we saw a lot of those during the pandemic, di ba? But nakita mo naman yung nangyari, Chris, di ba? Ikaw, alam mo yan. Bumalik, no? Bumalik dun sa sa dine-in. And people are obviously looking for the human connection, di ba? Iba pa din yun eh. So I think in our last episode, we emphasized that it remains to be very relevant. It's actually can be the signature experience of your resto negosyo. Di ba? Parati pinag-usapan yung triple yung triple threat, no? Kumbaga sa basketball, triple threat. Halata nag-basketball ako sa triple threat. You know, I mean, the three things that are very important to make sure that your resto negosyo is successful is, of course, signature dish, then signature experience, and then yung sinasabi nga natin na profitable and sustainable and scalable. Dagdag na natin yung word na scalable. Business model, no? So yung aspeto ng signature experience is isa sa mga importanteng binanggit natin last time sa mga nagre-review rin, no? Sa mga mahilig mag-review at mag-top takeaways from each episode. Unfortunately, wala si Cher ngayong gabi, pero syempre, andito naman ating kaibigan si Chris, no? Busy lang si Cher. Babalik siya next week. So, pero I'm sure kung nag-ano siya, no? Kung nag-top 3 takeaways, ito yung isa sa mga bagay na na-take home niya, no? That the value of hospitality, no, you know, is we need to recognize it because it's within our control. You know, it's something that we can deliver, we can, you know, focus on, we can strengthen our team, you know, with, you know, to enhance the customer's experience. Hindi siya expensive. No, all it takes is to recruit the right people who are actually naturally hospitable and warm, di ba? So, come to think of it, na kahit anong investment mo, kung yung hospitality ay nakalimutan, sayang, di ba? Kasi kandiyan na yung attention to quality, nandiyan na yung magandang store look, di ba? You invested a lot of money in your to make your restaurants look good, no, and Instagrammable, no, post-worthy, or whatever you want to call it. At the end of the day, it's the human factor that determines whether people will go back, di ba?
Yes.
Even yung hospitality as expressed in terms of quality. Kasi when you bring out quality food, that's hospitality. Di ba, yung childhood memories natin sa bahay, pag nag-iistima ng bisita yung magulang natin, Nakita mo yung attention to detail na minsan nagseselos ka, bakit pag kami kumakain, hindi naman ganyan kaganda yung plato. Pero pag kami kumakain, yung mga kutsarang bago, hindi naman nilalabas. Di ba? That's actually a great example.
Hospitality.
A great example of how hospitality is actually a lot of aspects. Hindi lang yung pagngiti, hindi lang yung mga greetings, hindi lang yung engagement, but also in terms of attention to detail and quality. You know, you're being focused on the totality of the customer's experience and making it great is actually the essence of hospitality. Yan, padagdag ng padagdag yung mga nanonood, no? Si Chef Donald tuloy matawag ko, Coach Donald Tenorio at Chef Genevieve. At siyempre, pag nandiyan si Donald, nandiyan si Norman, no? Kami yung mga tatlong magkakasama nung araw, no? Those were the days, my friends. Ayan, si Norman Zamora, Donald Tenorio, UP Fight. Yan. Siyempre si Donald nasa Australia, si Norman naman, nandyan lang yan sa Quezon City, malamang, no? Or sa Pasig. No? Kita tayo soon, pare. At of course, nanonood ng ating partner sa Resto Coach, si Comy, si Victor Varona. Ayan, magandang gabi sa iyo, partner. Pa-shoutout. Siyempre, ikaw ba ba? Shoutout, no, malapit na. No? Of course, he will join us. Paminsan-minsan nagjo-join yan sa episode and gagawa tayo ng topic na pwede siyang mag-join para makita siya ulit ng kanyang mga followers. Si Carlos Torrejas, nandito na rin. Si Chef Jordan, nandito na, ka-joining si Miss Jane. Si Aileen Samson, nandito na rin. At si Resalyn, kasama ko dati ito sa Project Pi, si Resalyn. At syempre, hindi pa huli si Nikki Barrido at ang kanyang signature greeting, maayong gabi. Ayan. Okay, Chris, sige, let's begin with our episode.
Ayan. So, very interesting talaga, Coach, yung ating topic for today. And actually, Coach, in preparation for our first question, nag-search na ako sa Google. So, ang first question natin is actually, please define what is a restaurant's culture?
Yan. Yung culture kasi, broadly defined, ako para sa akin, yung layman's terminology. Maganda yung sinabi mo, Ma'am, you can share the definition of, I didn't bother to Google it, no? Culture, as it's studied by scientists, are called yung mga anthropologists, di ba? It's a study of culture. Culture is the behavior, the collective behavior of kung tama pa yung recollection ko,
Tama.
the collective behavior of, ako proud yung anthropology teacher ko niyan. The collective behavior of a group of people. It can be as small as a family, di ba? Family culture, or it can be a community, a tribe, no? Yung mga nung araw, di ba? Tribo, barangay, no? So it's a culture, no? It manifests yung mga values ng isang grupo as expressed in their behaviors, the way in their demeanor, no? Alam mo, underrated yung word na yan, no? Yung demeanor. So, yun yung pagkakaintindi ko. Now, you translate it into a restaurant, ibig sabihin, no? Yung isang restaurant, ano yung kultura niya? How do people in that particular restaurant or resto negosyo, how do they behave? No? Yung outward behavior nila, which actually reflects, no, yung kanilang values as an organization. Yan.
Yun. So, magandang beginning. It's we define muna ano ba yung culture, Coach. And yung next question ko is actually medyo medyo tumuhog tayo dun sa mga past topics natin. But what role does effective leadership play in shaping a restaurant's culture, and how does this influence yung overall success of the establishment?
When you talk about leadership, let's segregate, no? Kasi there, of course, leadership in the formal setting, like it's layered. Like for example, if you work for, may mga audience tayo na restaurant managers or people who work in the restaurant companies, no? Hindi pa sila may-ari, they're just, trying to build their foundation as employees. Ang konteksto mo dun sa leadership is more of your mga bosses, di ba? Yung mga executives. But alam mo, the purest definition of in terms of the context of a restaurant negosyo is yung mga may-ari. Di ba? Yung mga founders, yun ang usual na natin, di ba? Even if, kaya nga tinatawag minsan sa Amerika na mom and pop operation, ibig sabihin, literally, mag-asawa, no? And yun yung magandang example of how ito, napalagang isulat natin sa ating mga notebooks, sa mga mahiwagang notebook natin, no? Whether it's digital or still the manual notebooks that you use, no? Napakalagang i-recognize na yun yung isa sa mga bagay na bago tayo makipag-usap kahit sa isa sa mga unang empleyadong i-interviewin natin, dapat meron na tayong determination of how we want, what kind of culture we want to promote, what kind of culture do we want to establish, for our resto negosyo. Kasi kung sa unang bahagi ng iyong pagnenegosyo, kayo-kayo lang, magpapamilya, no? Nagkakaintindihan kayo kung medyo masungit si nanay o kung medyo OC si tatay, medyo kung magsalita kayo sa isa't isa, medyo harsh, di ba? Kasi nagkakaintindihan kayo. You have to recognize that when, it's very much correlating, kaya nga tinanong mo yun, di ba? I'm sure, na-recognize yung link between leadership and culture. Because the leaders are actually, there are leaders in the organization, whether sila yung nakapwesto on paper or not, sila yung nire-recognize, no? Sila yung may pinakamalaking influensya. I think we need to talk about influence when we talk about leadership and culture, no? Is the one who exerts the most influence. Yun yung nag-i-influensya at nagkakaroon ng epekto ron sa kultura. No, sometimes it's not even the manager, it's not even the owner. It's somebody who has a very strong personality within the organization that, exerts, no, and actually creates influence over others, no. Yung tinatawag ng mga unauthorized leadership, no, yung ibang kataga, or yung tinatawag na de facto leaders, no, yung mga tipong kahit wala siya sa posisyon. And that's very important to recognize because yung pinaka-dominant behavior ng lahat ng tao dun sa organization, yun yung whether we recognize it or not, yun yung magiging kultura ng organisasyon. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, when you transition from, opening your business, and si Victor, makaka-relate yan. When he started this business, 3 lang sila, 4 lang sila. And then it evolves, no? You're dealing with more people. And then when you deal with these people, how you behave towards them defines your culture. I'll give you a perfect example, Chris, no, na isang na-experience ko to, no.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people take for granted, no, yung how we treat interviewees, no, yung mga aplikante, 'di ba? Actually, yun yung importanteng recognition dapat na kung paano mo itatratuhin yung mga aplikante, it actually reflects a lot on the culture of your company.
Correct.
And the kinds of employees that you will be able to recruit and attract and hire. Diba? For example, if iniiwan mo yung mga aplikante sa labas, sa initan, habang kayo nag-i-interview, nasa loob kayo ng aircon, tapos pinag-iintay nyo ng matagal, it actually reflects on the company's culture already.
Yes.
Diba? A lot of it, laliman natin yung usapin. Ngayon, yung ating mga paniniwala or paninindigan tungkol sa mga issues about diversity, no? Diversity, equality, no? And inclusivity. Diba? Yung DEI, no? Yung pinag-uusapan yan, no? And how your company behaves with regards to your commitments to its people. Diba? Yung commitment mo sa employees, yung commitment mo sa lahat ng stakeholders, no? Sa customers, no? Yung yung pagsasabi mo na employees are more important than customers. Controversial yun, no? Medyo debatable, pero sa totoo lang, ako yung paniniwala ko, kaya nga yung, like, to give an example lang, no? For something that we can quote because it's our own, if we genuinely take care of our people, then the people will take care of the brand, the business, and its people. Ano yun eh? You're just saying, ito yung values ko.
Mm-mm.
And you can hold me accountable pag hindi ito yung aking ikinikilos. So then now, laliman natin, meron ng usapin tungkol sa magic word, consistency. Kung ano yung sinulat sa papel, kung ano yung tinuturo during training, no, kung ano yung sinasabi ng leaders during speeches, wala yan. Ang importante yung actual na behavior and demeanor ng mga leaders ng company.
Correct. Diyan papasok, coach, yung mga laging, 'di ba, medyo cliche pero yung you walk the talk, 'di ba?
Yes, walk the talk, leadership
yes.
by example, no? And it's easier said than done, pero sa totoo lang, I'll give you another example that I've lived by, yung aking principle na when I go to the store and you're the highest ranking officer that went to that store, what you permit, you promote.
Yes.
There's no such thing as a passive store visit na padaan ka lang, no? If you see something wrong and you don't say anything about it, what you permit, you promote. And what you permit, you promote might be a simple statement, pero it speaks a lot about the culture of leadership in your organization. Pati lang natin si Louie Galura from of course, BWNT SM Dasma. Maraming salamat, Team S. Very consistent ang SM Dasma during the pandemic, after the pandemic, pre-pandemic. No, congratulations. maganda ang kultura ng BWT SM Dasma. Si Roel Royo, andirito rin. Siyempre si John Jacob Justiniani, nandirito rin po. Joshua Casaol, Jerry J. Bruces, no? Si Sherwin Salangsang, na nasa Ireland pa yata to, pare. No, tama ba? No, tama. Naalala, inano mo na ako dyan, no? Ni-remind mo na ako na nasa Ireland yan, no? Nanonood. Hindi ko alam kung anong oras dyan. So, good day na lang. Si Chef Winnie, ano nuevo, syempre. At ang kaibigan natin si Chef, kasama ng ating idol na si Chef Sandy Dasa, si Chef Winnie, ano nuevo, from the University Hotel. Kung mga nagtataka kayo, bakit sumarap ang pagkain, no, at patuloy na sumasarap ang pagkain sa University Hotel. No? Chef Winnie, ano nuevo, at ang kanyang mga kasama sa kusina.
Yung pala ang sekreto, Coach.
Kusina ng University Hotel. Si Bats Baredi, at syempre pa yung mga taga-cafe, Marahuyo, Antipolo City.
Yun. So, pinag-usapan natin kanina, Coach, and na-mention mo, di ba, yung the employees being more important than the customers, di ba? So, isa-segue ko na dun sa next question natin. How does a restaurant culture influence yung employees' job satisfaction and performance? Medyo nasagot natin to kanina, pero I think it's better to reiterate and put more emphasis on it na what happens when you take care of your employees first or your people first?
Well, when people are, ito si Simon Sinek to, and mapapangunahan ko yung ating resto quote for today. Just part of it anyways, no. When people are financially invested, no, they actually look for returns, 'di ba? When nag-invest ka ng pera sa negosyo, ang hinahanap mo yung pagbalik ng iyong puhunan. Pero ang mas malalim na usapin is when people are actually emotionally invested, no? Imbes na maghanap sila ng returns, they actually want to contribute. Di ba yun ang pangarap ng lahat ng resto negosyante, di ba? Yung parang lahat ng empleyado ko, they're willing to contribute, they're willing to put out their best. Paano nangyayari yun? No? The simple answer, and we can elaborate later, the simple answer is just taking good care of your people. No? Pero ito, medyo debatable. Lagyan natin ng isang word na will make all the difference. Take care of the right people. Yan. Take better care of the right people. So yun pumapasok yung the best gets the most, di ba? Which is again, a stand, for a type of culture that you want to promulgate. It's not equal treatment of people, it's equitable treatment of people. The performers get more than the non-performers. No? Malinaw sa kultura na ang performers will be recognized, rewarded, and even promoted. And then the non-performers are, they will be coached, they will be they'll be taught, they'll be mentored, but there's a limit to it. Kasi you don't want to spend too much time making your non-performers performers. Diba? You want to constantly promote that culture that emphasizes and recognizes and rewards the performers. No? So by setting that high standard of what is permitted and what is rewarded, what is recognized in this company, what is respectfully held accountable, ano yung mga behaviors na bawal, ano yung ang mga linyang hindi pwedeng tawirin. No? And actually, sa totoo lang, yun yung mas hinahanap ng tao. Hindi naman sinasabi na, okay, let's be kind to our people all the time. Of course, yes, no? Yes ang sagot doon, absolutely. But kindness should not be misconstrued as always being lenient. No? Kasi yun maraming bad effects yung pagiging lenient ng isang leader sa isang organization, because if we treat people equally whether they perform or not, ang maiiwan dyan yung mga non-performers, ang aalis yung mga performers, because performers have a certain type of culture which stretches them, no? Yung mayroong emphasis on growth and development, giving them more responsibilities, giving them latitude to think, to decide, to take accountability, not being expected to be just followers. Maraming aspeto na pwedeng pagkwentuhan when it comes to the details of a culture, but these are great examples na pwedeng kong isagot doon sa huling tanong mo, no? People react, no? A lot of times we talk about, how much we spent opening the restaurant, how much time we invested as owners. That's why yun na nga Kaya when it comes time for engaging people, you have to realize that, now all I have to do is to engage my people properly. So that all of these things that I invested in my business will be actually optimized. You realize may limitasyon ka. You cannot do everything, obviously. You have to take days off. You have to go home, after 10 to 12 hours of work, no? Hindi naman sustainable yung nag-opening ka ng almost 15 hours ka sa tindahan. Hindi sustainable yan eh.
Yes.
And you realize your most valuable resource actually are your people. And then the strategy would be to learn leadership. And particularly, a particular aspect of leadership is establishing the right culture in your organization.
Yes. Agree, Coach. And now that we've talked about kung ano yung effect ng right culture doon sa ating internal, di ba? Sa Buffalo Wings and Things, ang tawag natin dito will be internal customers kasi, di ba, yung mga franchise partners natin and of course yung partners natin sa stores. So, let's talk about naman kung ano yung effect ng restaurant culture sa customers naman. In what ways can that affect yung customer loyalty and yung, of course, ang gusto naman natin is yung trials and then repeats and of course yung active brand loyalist natin.
Yung technical stuff, like for example, let's answer that question from a technical standpoint. Para sabihin natin, hindi naman natin sinushoot kagad sa balde yung sagot. Para daanan natin yung proseso. If you talk about different types of food businesses, but there's the minimum engagement type, which is purely delivery, which we experienced during the pandemic.
Yes.
But even that, even the way you put together your menu there, how you make it convenient for your customers, how you price your menu, it actually reflects your value, but not so directly, hindi ganong nararamdaman. So then let's talk about more engagement, like a kiosk, a kiosk, a food cart, Some would argue, hindi naman kailangan dyan ng culture. Diba? Napakasimple na nung trabaho, maglalagay ka lang sa lalagyan ng kung ano man yung binibenta, magpiprito ka lang. But, you have to remember, customers and your employees are both human beings. So if they engage, then there's a certain amount of culture that needs to drive the behaviors of your people towards your customers. Tama? So, and then you talk about, you go up the line and you talk about more and more engagement that, fast food, QSR, then you talk about fast casual and then casual dining, which is full sit down, and then polished casual and fine dining, di ba? Ang bottom line, kahit anong segment pa yan, culture is very important in determining how your employees will behave towards customers. Diba? Kasi when people experience, on a positive side, if they experience being taken care of, if they experience warmth and hospitality, from the owners, dumating yung owners sa negosyo, ang unang tinanong, benta. Anong mahalaga? Tao o benta? Benta. Yun yung mensahe, It's, of course, the people won't react to that but at the back of their mind, yung benta, nakikita mo na, pinapatext mo na sa amin, pinapareport mo na sa amin. Akala ko pumunta ka dito para kamustahin kami. Tama? Ang binisita mo, hindi tindahan. Ang binisita mo, tao. So now, if you leave that restaurant, giving your people an emotional environment that is pressured, stressed, anxious, pag alis mo, na-pressure sila guess what, Ano yung magiging behavior nila towards customers? Yun din, kasi yun yung naging experience nila di ba? I-manifest nila yung emotional state nila.
Yes.
Tama? And kaya, isa pang mas masahol mas masahol pa sa akin yung emotionless, Chris, yung indifferent.
Yes.
Kasi when you talk about numbers, then, your people will start seeing customers as numbers, transactions, and they will start acting robotic, Parang robotic sila, Parang silang generic kung magsalita. Diba? Because they don't see the value of human interaction, hindi nila naranasan
Yes.
Pwede mong magpatakbo ka ng training sa 2, 3, 4 na oras, pero pagdating mo sa tindahan, nagbisita ka as an owner, iba yung ugali mong inilabas, yun yung mas importante. Kasi yun yung actual na manifestation kung yung sinasabi mo, ginagawa mo. Ang sinasabi nga nila, di ba, through yung values mo, can only be validated by your actions and decisions. Hindi yung what you say, what you pronounce, what you announce, di ba? It's more of your actions and your consistent behavior. Yung pattern, no, nakikita ng tao yan eh. Di ba? Kaya nga, ang talino talaga, ang taba ng utak ng Pilipino. Di ba? Yung katagang, tamo, nangawit. Di ba? Nangawit. Di ba? Ibig sabihin nun, hindi yan talaga ugali niyan. Di ba?
Yes.
May bisita lang or andyan lang si misis niya. Kaya, o kaya andyan lang yung mga kaibigan niya. Kaya hindi tayo pinagbububulyawan yan ngayon. Di ba? So, our words as leader helps us is very, very powerful yung salita natin. Ang masakit sa salita kasi pag nabitawan na natin, hindi natin pwedeng bawiin yan. Eh. Di ba? When you talk about trust, di ba, Chris? It goes both ways eh. We expect trust from our, di ba, madalas reklamo ng resto negosyante yan. Sana makakuha ko ng mga taong mapagkakatiwalaan. Ang tanong mo sa sarili mo, sabi nga ni Michael Jackson, no naman in the mirror, tanong mo, ikaw ba magkapagkakatiwalaan ka ng mga empleyado mo? That you will treat them fairly, that you will give them, alam mo yung mga importanteng bagay, di ba? Yung pinag-usapan natin parating survey, di ba? Yung 3 things that are most important to employees, pang-4 lang pala yung sweldo, di ba? Number 1 is yung direct superior nila, yung boss nila. Number 2 is the environment at work o yung teamwork. Is it present at work? No? And then number 3, growth and development. No? Meaning, do they feel na mag-grow sila doon sa organization na yun? Diba? And yun, hindi mo pwedeng sabihin lang lahat yun. Hindi pwedeng lip service. Kailangan may prueba. Nakakita nila na, pag mayroong ginawang tama isang tao, nare-reward. No? Kasi ang pinaka-common complaints naman, balik na rin natin, hindi naman yung what they stay for, no? What makes them leave is favoritism is number 1. Favoritism. Or, you know, and if you translate it, technically, it's being unfair. No? They feel that the environment, the culture in the restaurant is not fair. May mga pinipili, may mga mas nabibiyaan, di ba? No, it's not meritocracy. No? Subjective instead of objective.
Yes. Yes. So it all goes back, no, Coach, I think to the leadership eh. Alam mo, yun talaga yung nagsisimula talaga nung culture. The leader sets the culture eh.
And it's scary. Yeah, it's scary, Chris, because a lot of people don't really think that, and I've experienced this, no? A lot of people ask me questions face-to-face or on Messenger, you know, and they're more concerned about things. And nagugulat sila pag tiniturn around ko na, you know, how about the values of the organization? How are your people doing? Diba? Kasi yung mga numero, ano yan eh, manifestation yan ng state of mind and state of heart ng mga tao sa tindahan. Diba? And you'll be surprised do sa power ng if you treat people right, how they will volunteer their skills, their time, their effort, diba?
Yes.
Volunteer, you don't even have to ask for it, no? Pag talagang feeling nila they're part of the team. You know, that when they're proud to say that they work for your restaurant, no? Yun yung malalaman mo pag tama yung kultura sa restaurant mo. When people take pride in saying that I work for your, this restaurant.
Yes. Diyan, Coach, papasok yung parang Maslow's hierarchy of needs, di ba? Yung babalik lang doon, yung sense of ownership nila, yung pride nila na they're working in that kind of restaurant nga, Coach.
Yeah, you know, and again, I'd like to emphasize yung consistency. Hindi pwedeng pa sporadic, no, paminsan, no. Ayaw ng tao ng inconsistent kasi nagkakaroon niya ng instability, yung parang hindi nila alam kung ano bang sino bang ikaw ang lalabas ngayong araw na to. 'Di ba? So that's very important. Number 2, yung preparation, no. Kanina clear direction. Number 2, preparation, no. Yung emphasis nung nung isang leader sa yung pagpapahalaga sa preparasyon. Hindi pwedeng lahat instant, no. Yung tipong bukas lahat, asap lahat, no. So such thing, no. People feel that if you're always unprepared, then they don't want to work for your organization because na-stress sila eh. So, a lot of things that we have already mentioned. I'm happy that my good friend, Miss Cynthia Bernardo, is here, no, from the UH yan dati, no. Ayun, nag-enjoy na yata to sa resort, no. Nag-retire na.
Nasa cruise na pala.
See you again. Si Kaiser Mendoza, si Kit Gabriel Lavilla, nandito na. Ang aking pinsan, no, si Kay Tison, nandito. At sana si Ryan nandiyan din. Malamang, nakikinig din yan. Si Neil Bernal, no. Si Marky Tot Ignacio, si Mary Grace de Guzman, no? Dito silang lahat. Nakakatuwa po ang inyong suporta. Consistent po ang ating viewership mula nung sinap. Si Macken, ang aking kaibigan si Macken na meron siyang bagong clothing line, no? Superb. I-guess natin yan. No? Ang ganda nung wordsmithing niya ron eh. Superb meaning verb and supreme. Parang gano'n eh. Pinagman.
Yes.
So, ang galing ng wordsmithing niya ron. No? Watching from Cousins, Digman, halo-halo. Eh, kung makakain kayo ng halo-halo, buti pa kayo, Kaiser. Ha? Nakakaingit. Ramon, salamat. Aking kaibigan mula sa Bacolod. Magandang gabi sa iyo. Si John Regondola, of course, nandiyan parati yan. Si Sally. Oy, Sally, magpahinga ka na.
Si Sally.
Si Sally na nanonood. Oo, pinagpe-pray natin ang iyong, syempre, panganganak. No? Si Teacher Yam at aking mga apo, malamang nanonood yan. No? Ayan, si Erwin Lancero, mula sa Laguna. Si Tom J. Canteras, magandang gabi sa iyo. Ito, coach din ito si Tom J. Si Ma'am Mildred ng University Hotel. Miss Mildred, magandang gabi sa iyo. Ang aking tito na si Yumer De Leon. Si Caleb Alabdula. Ayan, natin. Si JD, si Engineer JD Casino. Maraming salamat, anak, for watching. No? Si Mickey Lucero, MJ San Pedro, Ariel Manulat. Ayan. Sabi ni Victor, ganda ng topic. Thank you, sir, for being a big part kung anong culture namin yan. We miss you. Andito pa ako. Pwede naman akong pumasyal. Salamat, partner. No, likewise. No, I'm happy that you allowed me to be part of yung culture and your building, no, yung growth ng Zark's Burger. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat na nanonood. Ang ganda ng viewership. Ako, paborito ko ring topic to. Diba? Sige.
Okay. So, medyo, I think, kanina pa natin ina-emphasize talaga to that leadership plays a huge part, di ba? So, sa tingin niyo, Coach, yung how can a restaurant, yung values niya, yung mission statement, ganyan, can be effectively communicated to both employees, but at the same time, sa customer, para ma-strengthen yung brand identity?
Ako ang pinakasimula is to sit down, and I've seen this happen. No, I was blessed to be part of several organizations na in several times and periods in their history, and alam mo parating nagsasalba yung yung sitting down to again reassess ano ba yung values mo in the first place? As a person, ikaw muna, no? Kung ikaw ay isa sa mga mahalagang leader ng kumpanya. That's why meron akong tinatakbong workshop, di ba? Yung for Go Negosyo, for DTI, and also for, several people who consult with me. Yung values to value.
Yeah.
Di ba? Kasi madaling pag-usapan yung value o halaga. Ano ba yung manifestation ng value, Chris? Usually yan, benta,
yes,
profit, food cost, etc. No? All these numbers that we talk about, number of stores, no? EBITDA, cash flow, net income, etc., etc. Yun yung value creation eh. Saan nanggagaling yun? Ang paniniwala ko, na natin posing it to everyone, anyone for that matter, is sa values. No? As a business owner, ano ba yung values mo muna? Kaya nga, di ba, P2R yung model natin, yung framework natin. Purpose muna. What is the why? Why are you putting up a business? And karamihan po na nagtatagumpay, pag positive yung kanilang purpose, meaning, something that is not just for them but for others as well. Diba? Kasi when we talk about a purpose that is noble, maraming ma-attract dun sa kumpanya eh. Diba? It's what you stand for. And it will manifest in how you do business. Diba? Kung mandadaya ka ba, no? Pagbabayad ka ba ng tamang sweldo, magbabayad ka ba ng tamang buwis, no? Hindi ka ba magkokompromiso sa food safety, diba? Maraming competition ngayon yan, diba? Alam mo, sa totoo lang, minsan natutuwa ako sa dami sa TikTok ng mga nagninegosyo, pero ang paalala ko lang po sana po naka-angkla tayo or we are anchored on number one, food safety. Diba? No? Kasi there can be, walang quality, walang any conversation about quality is irrelevant kung hindi mo na pinag-usapan yung food safety.
Food safety. Yes.
O alam mo naman po dito sa Pilipinas, ang reality rito, no? Hindi naman po talaga madalas mag-check ang ating mga government officials ng tungkol sa walang ang grading system, di ba? Hindi ka sa ibang bansa like Singapore. Alam mo yan, di ba? Ginigrade, di ba? Sa US, ginigrade. And ako, yung self-responsibility is one of those values that we need to talk about. Di ba? So, yun yung sagot ko muna. No? Ikaw muna, ano ba yung values mo? Ano ba yung purpose mo sa negosyo? No? And then, all the other exciting conversations like the vision, the strategy, madali yan eh. Alamin mo muna, okay, if I'm going to put a parang Miss Universe question, if you're going to put up your own organization, whether it be a restaurant or not, what values will you promulgate? Yan. Kasi it's a recognition that, values, when it's manifested through your behaviors as a leader, this is actually the determinant of the type of people that you will be able to recruit, retain, no, promote kung mayroong ganong culture sa'yo, di ba? And in these decisions that you're making every day, no, in the presence of people, defines the culture of your organization. Hindi pwedeng i-outsource ang culture eh. Kukuha ka ng expert, magse-seminar tayo. But after the seminar, ano yung behavior pa rin ng organization? Yes. Diba? What is the behavior of the organization during the pandemic? Ang daming na testing dyan, di ba? Kasi yung resilience is a value, is a an integral part of a company's culture. Diba? Yung attention to detail, yung attention to quality, commitment to excellence, these are the things that stood out, or and people, customers really felt it, employees felt it, no? Kung if they really matter to a company during the pandemic. And now that bumabalik yung dine-in, yun yung manifestation eh. Ako, ito, diretsang salita, no? Even my own business, hindi naman lahat ng tindahan kaaya-aya all the time, no? And there are a lot of instances where I visit a store and I really get mad, or I really get emotionally affected. But I always tell people when I coach them, no, kung ano yung dinatnan ko sa tindahan is a reflection of who you are as a person. Diba? Kasi, ikaw yung nagpapatakbo ng tindahan, bumisita ako, ito yung natatnan ko, then it is a reflection of what your standards are. And when you talk about culture, you definitely have to talk about standards. No? Two things, di ba? Dito sa Coach and Share, pag pinag-usapan ng standards, moral standards, or what you believe is right and wrong, and your quality standards. Wala na, wag naman natin pakomplikahin pa. Yun naman yung dalawang pinakamagandang manifestation kung ano yung standard mo, di ba? And how you calibrate that standard, di ba? As time moves forward. Yung organization mo ba, yung kultura is a culture that is not, di ba sabi nga ng Japanese, di ba? Kaizen. Continuous improvement. If you're not improving, you're deteriorating.
Yes.
So, those are the things that we have to talk about when you talk about, how customers will feel the culture of an organization. Now, again, your people will behave based on their experiences, what they're allowed to do, what they're permitted to do, what they're encouraged to do, what behaviors are being reinforced, how they are respectfully being held accountable. Kasi another thing that destroys yung culture, yung lack of accountability. Nako, parang Philippines. Bawal pala ang politika. Yeah, go ahead, Grace.
Alam mo, Coach, if I may add lang din, kasi I think it's normal or human behavior talaga yan eh. We attract yung like-minded people, 'di ba? So, tama eh, babalik ka lang din dun sa values mo, sa sarili mo. Ano yung, kung ikaw mismo, 'di ba? Kung accountable ka sa actions mo, accountable ka sa decisions mo, sa responsibilities mo, and ano yung standards mo? Ano ba yung commitment mo sa tinatawag nating excellence, sa quality, di ba? Ano ba yung standards mo as a person? So, kung ikaw yung nagsiset nung moral values mo, di ba? Yung lahat, yung what we talked about nga, you will attract certain kinds of people. Kasi pag meron kunaring nakapasok, kunwari in your organization that is not aligned, and iba kayo mag-isip, siya mismo kasi nakikita niya yung leader niya, ay, hindi ko kaya to, hindi ko to. Siya mismo ang aalis, di ba? And it will give way dun sa like-minded people. So kung you walk the talk, kung pinapakita mo siya consistently, talagang ang natural development niyan is mag-a-attract ka talaga ng mga tao na ganun din yung pag-iisip.
Yes, tama yung sinabi mo, no? There's such things as, eto, magandang mga words na ginagamit ko parati sa coaching to yung bagong pinasok mong empleyado, na-dilute ba nun yung culture, or na-enhance niya ba yung culture, na-strengthen ba niya? All it takes is one bad apple, na pag hindi mo na-check, it can destroy the whole bushel, sabi nga ng mga Amerikano, or the whole basket of apples, di ba? So, things like that, when you talk about that, importanteng recognition is the consistency and the discipline, no? Yung disiplina to make sure that lahat ng mga nagba-violate ng kultura, sinisita, hindi man sinisita. We call it out and we bring it to light and we talk about it, and more importantly, we hold people accountable. Kasi pag walang ano, no, pag walang accountability, hihina, guguho yung kultura ng isang kumpanya. 'Di ba? Sabi nga, nobody is the principles and beliefs sa isang kumpanya pinagtrabaho, the principles and beliefs, ang ganda, powerful statement 'yan. The principles and beliefs of that company is inviolate. Walang pwedeng sumuway. Kahit founder ka, kahit may-ari ka, hindi ka exempted, no? And actually, if you talk about, like, for example, the story of Papa John's, diba, the recent story of Papa John's, and it took Shaquille O'Neal to save that company, no? Yung, diba, yung behavior mo as a founder and the face of the brand is actually, multiple times amplified yan, no? So, napakahalaga, no? What you say in public, what you put on social media, reflects upon you as an individual. And unfortunately, if you're identified to be working for that company, it will also reflect on that company. 'Di ba? Kaya yung leadership is really it's a big responsibility. 'Di ba? It's a big responsibility. Now, before we even talk about establishing a culture, you have to determine your values and what values you want to promulgate and what you want to teach your people. 'Di ba? Yung Jollibee, ako nagtrabaho ako diyan and tumanim sa isip ko, no, when I was being oriented as a crew, yung busy as a bee, no? Busy as a bee, proud to be Pinoy, yun yung mga naiisip ko doon, na parang we can do it, the Filipinos are world class. May mga phrases na gano'n. Narinig ko yan from the owners, and nakikita mo, yung nagtatrabaho kami doon during the early days of the company, I'm not surprised that they grew to where they are right now, no? But syempre, the challenge right now for a huge company like that is how do you maintain the culture throughout the organization. But that's another, ibang scale na yun, no?
Multinational scale na yun, coach, eh. So, babalik din talaga tayo, coach, dun sa leadership and yung values ng leaders natin. And I think to really reiterate nga, it's really how your actions will reflect. Parang siya, domino effect, coach, di ba? Leader to the partners to the customers. So, it's a cycle, eh. Kung ano yung what you give is what you take. Parang ganun.
Yeah, and speaking of attracting the right people, no, importante na you don't let the wrong people in. Oh, and when when sometimes nagkakaroon ng sa gate 1 na tinatawag natin recruitment, nagkakaroon ka ng lapses, di ba? Nakapasok. No? And pag nagmanifest ng behavior that is totally, totally unacceptable to the culture, huwag mong patatagalin. No, kasi it's sending the wrong signal to people, no? Sending the wrong signal to people. Speaking of leaders, nandito ngayon nandito si Marinor de Guzman, no, si Chef June. Ako si Chef June, happy birthday, nag-birthday to. Alam mo ba, tuwing nagbe-birthday to, ayaw lang nito pabanggit pero babanggitin ko na. Imbis na mag-celebrate lang siya, he always finds, that effort and that consistency sa all these years na natatandaan ko recent history, namimigay yan, no, nagtumutulong sa mga kapuspalad at mga hindi gaanong nabiyaya ang mga tao. And I'm proud to be your friend, Chef June. No, sabi nga nung tagline ng birthday niya recently, salamat kaibigan. Ako, kami dapat magpasalamat sa iyo for being an example of, sharing your success, sharing your blessings to the less fortunate every birthday, no? Ito, alam mo, sobrang sipag na tao, pero pag birthday niya, sa tingin mo magpapahinga, magre-resort, mag-e-enjoy, talagang para sa iba. A man for others. So maraming salamat sa iyo, Chef June, for being an inspiration to everyone, no? Si Rafael Semana, kakilala natin to, Chris. Siyempre, si Nika de Belen Galvan of Pat and Pat, ang team Pat and Pat. Magandang gabi sa inyo. Namimiss ko na kayo. Hindi na ako nakakapasyal dyan. Si Elena Losada Brito, magandang gabi po. No? Si Ektong Mo. Ayan, ewan ko kung alias lang niya. No? Si Suzette Ballesteros, magandang gabi. Si Annabel Johnson, gandang gabi, no, sa inyong lahat. No? Nakakatuwa. From May Kawayan, Malabon, no? BF, Paranaque. Siyempre, huwag natin kalimutan, speaking of Paranaque, ang reyna ng Paranaque po, no? Officially designated as the Queen of Paranaque po yan, si Mami Cynthia, no? Nagabi sa'yo, Mami, no? May episode po tayo ngayong gabi. Sige, Chris, tuloy natin ang discussion natin na napakasaya.
Actually, Coach, dahil sinabi mo napakasaya ng discussion natin, bearer of bad news ako dahil nasa last question na ako, Coach, eh. And ang bilis nung oras, grabe, nung nakita ko ngayong oras, sabi ko, parang more, magwa 1 hour na pala ang yung
Parang lang tayo
discussion
nagkape at
natin.
nagkwentuhan, di ba? Pero ang dami nating kasama, no? Ang
Yes.
nating kasama. That's what makes this, this advocacy great, no? Nag-enjoy tayo while doing it. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Sige, go ahead. Last question.
Last question natin, Coach. Are there any example of, kahit hindi restaurant, brands, that have successfully transformed yung culture nila, and in return, nakita natin yung result nung pag-change nila or yung pag-transform nila ng culture nila. And at the same time, because of that, na-transform yung brand image and better business outcome.
Ayan, actually hindi pa natin ganong natatouch yung resulta sa business, no. I know sometimes companies get the pressure of, maybe getting investors, no, and getting the pressure of financial returns. A company then gets transformed into a number crunching company, no. Lahat ng meetings tungkol sa numero, sa benta, etc., no. Pursuing a lofty goal, a financial goal, because reality is, siyempre, pag nagpatakbo ng negosyo, may mga namuhunan, may expect na return siya, no? And, we've seen companies where from that kind of an environment, and then they learn, no? Teka muna, nag-iiba yung values ng company, nag-iiba yung kultura, sumasama yung service, nagmamarami tayong customer complaints, no? So, nakikita nila yung mga, sabi nga natin, Chris, di ba, information plus experience. So, information, nakikita nila yung numero, parang walang mali, pero sa feedback, ang daming mga customer complaints, no? Ang taas, ito, talagang indicator to, pag ang dami nagre-resign, no? Ang dami nagsisialisan sa kumpanya, no? Walang gustong ma-promote. Isa sa mga indicator na hindi magandang kultura, because they see the leaders as workaholics, ayaw nila mag-aspire, no? Okay na ako dito sa baba, di ba? Ayokong maging katulad nila, stressed out, anxious, no? I've seen cases where it was worse, no, and I won't name the company. People really literally, passed away because of stress sa work environment. No? Sometimes companies make decisions like, stretching the number of hours that the restaurant operates. No, hindi nila hindi naging mindful, hindi nila nakikita na it's stressing the employees. No, so I guess yung mga ayokong mag-name ng names. No, gusto ko yung magagandang example, like for example, the company that we worked for. I was blessed to be there 2003, 2004, and it was turned around, no? And na-onslaught sila nung QSR before, 'di ba? Nung time ng Jollibee umaangat. So, yung casual dining nawala sa So, nagkaroon ng knee-jerk reaction yung management, naging parang semi-fast food sila. So, in terms of culture and how they represented themselves hospitality-wise, no? But eventually, they went back to their basics, 'di ba? And what are they known for? Signature dish, signature experience, sustainable and profitable business model, diba? So, a lot of times we think that, it's the people, ang daling sisihin ng tao eh. Ang daling manisi ng tao, no? Pag pangit yung benta, tao yan. But, come to think of it, why don't we talk about the people that really matter? No? Leaders, no? It all begins, in the buck stops with the leaders, the highest position leader in the company, the resto negosyante. Because lahat yan, ikaw naman nag-recruit niyan. Ikaw nagli-lead ng mga tao. Ikaw nagmamanage ng resources. So, hindi ka pa pwedeng magturo. No? The accountability lies sa'yo as a resto negosyante. And when you recognize that, powerful yun, kapatid. Boom! Biglang magbabago yung takbo because na-realize mo, it is within my control. If I change, the organization will change. No? Sa akin magsisimula, I'll be more disciplined, I'll be more, yung 5 bagay, di ba? I will express my attitude of gratitude more. I will clarify the purpose of the organization, my purpose and the purpose of the organization. So, i-revisit yung P2R, purpose to results. I will be disciplined. I'll be committed to excellence and I will, hold myself accountable. Magandang example yun. So, and then, guess what? Yung kanina, nabanggit ko, yung Papa John's, di ba? They started with a controversial scandal involving their original founder, Papa John himself. And then they made changes in the board, no? And they magandang i-google niyo po 'yan, yung mga nanonood para makuha yung detalye ng kwento. They chose a great brand ambassador in Shaquille O'Neal, no? And when he was brought into the board and became an owner of the company, the culture was revisited, nagbago. Maraming magandang example. Jollibee, of course, is a great example of how the hardworking brothers of, Tony Tan and, Ernesto Tan Manchong or Sir Ato Tan Manchong, led their family, and some of them working in the background to make a Filipino company that great, 'di ba? So marami, and pag susuriin mo, ang pinaka-backbone yung values. Kaya sabi ko, 'di ba, if you want to create the numbers, revisit your values. Usually, the customer's experience, get feedback, listen. No, kasi pag hindi na tayo nakikinig, actually listening is one of the most important part of a culture. Is it a listening culture? 'Di ba? Ito panghuling pampaalala sa lahat kasi siyempre may tendency tayo na pag tayo may-ari, tayo yung nagsimula, akala natin alam natin lahat. Hindi natin na-realize that there's power in involvement. No, we always ask for sense of ownership right away. Walang shortcut sa sense of ownership. No, involvement creates that opportunity for people to have that sense of ownership. Involve mo muna sila. Let them think, let them decide, and then take accountability. Lastly, ask yourself, is my organization a why organization or a who organization? Yan. Kasi hindi ka pwedeng mag-complain ng hindi ka makapahinga, wala kang bakasyon, kung ang pinopromulgate mo is a who organization. Ibig sabihin, nakaimbudo papunta sa iyo pataas lahat ng desisyon. Walang mag-decide dahil ikaw lang Ikaw lang tama, ikaw lang ang may alam. Takot yung taong magdesisyon kasi pag nagdesisyon sila, nasisisi sila. So these are the things that actually, I benefited from a lot of years trying to play sports. Team sports in particular, marami kong values na natutunan. And a lot of it, revolves around that very simple term, accountability. Kasi if you want to be a great leader, you start with accountability. That you don't point out to other people, you don't blame people. If it's a victory, sinong responsible? Yung tao. If it's a defeat, ikaw. Ganun yan Pag talo, ako yan. Pagka panalo, kayo may credit. Diba? Because sa totoo lang, as a leader, and this is very important tip para sa mga nag-establish ng culture ng kanilang resto negosyo, as a leader, leave your ego at the door. Kasi yung ego, hindi na kailangan ng leader yan. Established na nga, ikaw na nga yung pinuno, di ba? Ikaw na yung may-ari. Ikaw na yung resto negosyante. So, be a servant leader. Ayan. So, ang daming gusto kong isaling mga interject na mga kwento, pero syempre, tama yung sinabi mo kanina. Alignment is actually one word that you have to discuss when you talk about culture. Alignment, alignment of values, alignment of goals, alignment of strengths. Speaking of a strong person who I'm proud to have worked with, si JQ, Joseph Quijón. Again, yung sabihin mo sa akin kung kailan ka available, he'll talk about, he's one of the best, preventive maintenance guy, repairs and maintenance guy that we've worked with in the industry. So, and he's now excelling, having a great life in working career in Middle East with his family. So, one of these days, sana mag-guest ka sa amin, JQ. Honor us with your presence dahil ang dami mong dapat ikwento bilang alamat ng industry. Sige, Chris, parting words before labas muna natin yung ating although na-preempt ko kanina, yung quote for the week. Ayan. Na-preempt ko lang kanina, pasensya na po.
Masyadong coach ang saya nung discussion kaya medyo na-preempt natin, di ba?
Ako pang-energize ko tong Tuesday. When people are financially invested, they want a return, Pagka nag-invest ng puhunan, naghihintay ng dividendo, di ba? But when people are emotionally invested, they want to contribute. Ayan. Yan, sabi mo nga, align dyan doon sa Maslow's hierarchy of needs. When people become emotionally invested in your brand, in your business, then you don't even have to tell them to contribute. They will volunteer their time. They will stay, they will grow with your company.
Yes.
Okay, sana nag-enjoy ka, Chris, and thank you very much for subbing for Miss Share tonight.
Sobrang nag-enjoy ako, Coach. Of course, a very lively discussion pa din. And I guess with everything that has been said na talaga, it's really more on, ang key takeaway ko for tonight is really, it begins with the self, diba? Self-awareness talaga muna.
Self-awareness.
Yes. And if you have a business, diba, instantly you become a leader kasi call for leadership na yun pag ikaw yung nag-open ng business mo That's a call for leadership. And hindi lang dapat tayo financially ready, 'di ba? Or yung ready in terms of the other resources. But tayo in itself, ourselves, 'di ba? Dapat ready tayo to answer the call of leadership and ready din tayo to be a leader. And ano yun eh, I think culture and leadership goes hand in hand. And akala natin talaga leadership is glorified na, pag leader ako, I have the power, ganyan and everything. But it's a responsibility. It's
Yeah.
really a huge responsibility because you're going to be accountable.
Yeah, it's a mission ako. Personally, it's a mission from the Lord. And secondly, when you talk about, 'di ba, yung the self, you talk about three things, no? The head, the heart, and the hand. No? Kung ano yung kinikilos ng kamay, malamang galing yan sa laman ng puso at isipan mo. 'Di ba? So, and again, to your point, emphasize po natin, leadership is the driver of culture. So, yung title po natin, medyo patawa lang, pero may malalim na kahulugan yan, no? Start with culture. Kaya siya breakfast eh. Culture for breakfast means that, start with a great people culture, and then madali na yung pagpapromote ng brand at pagpapalago ng negosyo kung naka-establish ang isang magandang people culture anchored on value-centric leadership.
Yes.
Sige, na-wrap up na natin, and magandang gabi po sa ating lahat. Again, no, during these trying times, wag po tayong bibigay, no? Always stick to our values, and as I've mentioned time and time again, no? Pagka na-stress kayo, remove the clutter and focus on what really matters, no? Again, Ryan Pinpin, this episode is for you. We will miss you in the comment section, and more importantly, I'll miss you as a friend and a basketball mate. Rest in peace, brother.